Hi there, I'm Connor Morgan. Today we'll be talking about motivation in psychology. So what is motivation? Motivation is defined as the force that makes people move or think or behave in the way that they do. You can also think about it as the reason that an individual does or doesn't do any certain task. It's seen as a distinct act that brings out any desired result. And many actions we do on a day-to-day basis are driven by the concept of motivation. Where can we find motivation? Anywhere from getting out of bed in the morning to running the extra 5 minutes on the treadmill or the extra distance on your morning run. Any activity really is driven by a reason or a result. Therefore, it includes the concept of motivation. And there really is no limit to the amount of activity that involves some form of motivation based on the fact that it's driven by a reason or a result. How does this concept affect me personally, and why did I choose it? I chose this topic because primarily I was really interested in it. When I was reading through chapter 9 in the book, I really liked the concepts and the theories that I read through, and in doing some further research for the project, I realized that it touched a lot of aspects, and I was very interested in the aspects that it did touch. I'm also an athlete and have been an athlete my entire life. I play golf on a very regular basis. I played baseball competitively for 15 years, so being motivated by my teammates and my personal successes and failures, I felt that the concept of and the psychology of motivation would be something I would like to study and enjoy for this project. So that's how it sort of affects me and why I chose this specific topic in the first place. We have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, Maslow's hierarchy of needs was developed by a man named Abraham Maslow in 1943, and his theory discusses the 3 separate types of needs and 5 separate levels within a pyramid, from the most basic of needs to the personal self-fulfillment of needs. So what does each level include? There are 5 levels in Maslow's pyramid or hierarchy of needs. The first level is the survival or physiological needs, and those are represented by food, water, shelter, rest, your most basic of needs in order to operate as a human being. Second would be your safety needs, your personal safety and security from other individuals or any outside natural predators of any kind or sort. And those 2 pieces are considered your most basic needs, as Maslow stated. Level 3 is the belongingness and romantic needs. This is represented by intimate relationships or love or social inclusion and interaction. Your 4th level is the esteem needs, which is represented by support or confidence from other individuals in the workplace, on the athletic field, in any aspect of your life, and also accompanied by the feelings of accomplishment in completing a task or reaching the end of a nice run, just finishing that one thing that you wanted to get done, and that feeling of accomplishment is needed in the esteem needs. The final piece is the self-actualization. This is represented by achieving your full potential in all avenues of life. It essentially acts in the realm of self-regulation and goal setting and giving you a purpose to each day, why you get out of bed in the morning and why you pursue certain things on a daily basis. Next, we're going to be moving into the self-determination theory. And now this is very similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs in the sense that it states that there are a certain number of basic needs on a day-to-day basis to operate as a human being in life, in company with motivation and that style of life. And those 3 basic needs are different than Maslow's hierarchy of needs in the sense that it states that the 3 basic needs are competence, relatedness, and autonomy. So competence is the first branch in self-determination theory, and it talks about the idea of success and bringing out a desired result in an activity that you pursue. It's very, very closely related to the esteem need in Maslow's pyramid, and it also highlights the concepts of mastery and self-efficacy in any given task or activity that you pursue. So maybe not finishing a task, but becoming a master in some martial art or cooking a certain dinner or dessert. That's in the concept of competence. Those all fall under the same category. Second, we have the concept of relatedness. Relatedness is very similar to Maslow's belongingness and love need. It is represented by the need for loving relationships and social inclusion with others in society in general. It's argued to be the strongest human motivator, the motivator that you want to fit in and be a part of, a group, or as some people refer to as a clique, with a negative connotation. But it's also very closely related to the child developmental need of a parental guardian or a mother figure or father figure, to help raise the child and create that strong special bond between a child and its parental guardian. And it's also very present in the bond between two people who are in love. Any couple of any nature, it's present in that relationship as well as the parental guardian to child relationship. Finally, we have autonomy. Now, this image represents autonomy very well. It revolves around the feeling of being in control of your own life, expressing yourself and participating in activities due to your own personal interest. Some people would consider that to be independence. However, independence revolves around being your own person and doing your own thing individually. And in this sense, you could do something with other people at the same time that you're doing something you want to do because you personally feel like you're unique and you want to change your own avenue, as opposed to living the life that your parents or your coach or your teacher want you to live. You're doing your own thing and pursuing your own dreams because you want to and not because someone else wants to. So I'd like to finish with how I will use motivation and where I will take the lessons that I learned in this project and use them throughout my career. I believe that I've used motivation throughout my life when I discussed the optimal arousal theory. However, doing this project, I've really gained a deeper understanding of how many different aspects of life the concept of motivation really touches. And a couple of the things that I have really appreciated and will grow to appreciate even more is just the concept of life and not taking any moments for granted, and taking opportunities that come in and making the most of those opportunities, while also setting personal long and short-term goals so that each day feels worth living, so that I can get to that point of self-actualization and self-fulfillment, as we discussed in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And finally, not forgetting what makes us happy. To me, that's important. It's something that I came across in reading in one of the articles, that the concepts of happiness and the pursuit of happiness is very closely driven with motivation and how important that can be. So not forgetting my levels of happiness on a daily basis and a weekly basis, long and short term, remembering those positive memories and leaving the negative memories in the past. So this is my sources cited page. I'd like to thank you for joining me today on my journey through motivation in psychology, and hopefully you get to join us again soon. Thank you again.